That's a very common one, and people don't like to hear what I have to say.
I know.
Right? They also don't want to hear a few other things. But yes, sometimes it's more like, look, choose your thing. If you really love the TV and you do everything else well, we can find a way to tweak it. For example, if you do need to watch TV, find out if you can replace that with a good book or make it shorter, or check in what is it that you're watching, and could you instead do some breathing and connect with your partner. Even sometimes I say, look, you guys are watching TV together. Do you think that when you're on your deathbed, you're going to go, yay, I wish I did more of that? Or are you going to say, wow, well, we could have explored meditation or massaging each other's hands or feet, or our own hands and feet, or pressure point release, that so that we can sleep better and connect with our inner dimension, rather than watching that and then the news comes on and all the other things. Or Netflix is addictive. It's designed that way to keep you going. And then you end up going, oh man, I was up until 2 and it was so excited. And you kind of bond with people over it. But what is the price you're paying for that? So I always ask people to evaluate, how often do you do it? What is the price you pay for it? Are you feeling that it's an addiction, and do you want to lose it? Do you want to replace it? And some people are open to that, and they say, wow, actually, we've done that for 30 years or 20 years or 10 years. We realize it's not helping with sleep, because what happens is, when you watch TV and then you just fall asleep during something or afterwards, you haven't given your mind any chance to unwind. Unless you're watching, even David Attenborough will be very emotional. It'll be all about, what's happening, and it's cute. But if it's exciting, if it's working your mind, if it's potentially creating a form of worry or concern, it is not the healthiest way to go to sleep, because the brain has to keep processing it. And while you're sleeping there, you might process it and you have dreams about it, the movie, whatever you're watching. And rather than processing your actual life and finding solutions to problems, and maybe finding other ways to be a parent or a business person or just a human, your brain is overflowing with all this information, like I said, the news or the Netflix or whatever you're into. And so you're not actually your highest potential. You're actually using your brain, or your, what is it called, your energy and your attention on all the external things, which we're not designed to actually all be able to cope with. We're not designed to cope with
Mm.
20 problems. And then the sleep is shallow. This is the important part. The sleep is not as deep. So people will say, yes, it's my routine and I'm falling asleep, but the sleep is not as quality as it would be if you breathed or had a shower before bed, or perhaps wrote down things you're grateful for, or perhaps, did some other form of relaxation, a bit of gentle Tai Chi or body stretches. That will benefit you, like I said, like the gold, 10 times more than this mindless form of, I just watch because it's a distraction from my life. I don't have to think about my problems. I'm watching that movie. But at night, your brain has to deal with it. And the one final thing I want to add as the cherry on top is that if we don't actually switch off at night and we've got too much going on, the glymphatic system, not the lymphatic in the lymph system, but the glymphatic, which is in the brain or around the brain, it has to detox. And it will only detox when you're deep, because obviously when it's cleansing out, you don't want to feel like, I have to wake up, I've got to deal with stuff. So many people are, I'm guessing, the research is not certain and it's always debatable, but because we need to detox and it needs to be a time where we rest deeply, a lot of people have that brain fog and have got that way of waking up refreshed and unrested, because that detoxing couldn't happen. So I would now propose, is it worth the movie? Could you watch the movie earlier and then spend another half an hour unwinding in a real way that's really nurturing for good sleep?